What's up, guys? It's your boy TOJ, the Opinion Junkie. I want to talk about John Singleton, his life and his career, and just all his accomplishments. He is resting in peace, resting in power at this point. He passed away a couple of days ago. Well, he was in a coma for a couple of days. Let me carefully say what I'm trying to say. He was in a coma, and his family took him off. It was and they released a statement and said that after it was an agonizing conversation to speak with the councils at the hospital, and they came to the decision to pull the plug. Now, the only thing that really hurts me about this situation is because I've dealt with this two times with my sister, who was 1 year under me. She passed away 38 years old, alcoholic, and her liver, she had liver failure and all of that, and she also had sickle cell, and we had to pull her off the plug because the way the doctors explained to us was that with her not doing anything to take her liver, take care of her liver, and taking their treatment seriously, her missing appointments, they told us that they had to turn her down because it didn't seem like she was taking her life seriously. um and my dad, who had to pull the plug on. I'm gonna get to him later, but I got a lot to unpack. Now, John Singleton is the youngest director at the age of 24 to be nominated for an Oscar when he directed Boys in the Hood. And he was also the first African American director to be nominated for an Oscar for Boys. He didn't win it, but he was nominated for the best director or whatever for Boys in the Hood. He went on to direct the second Fast and Furious. He directed Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson. The man, I mean, he could just go on and on. And I love to see. He also did Higher Learning with Ice Cube and Omar Epps. So it's one of those things where you know so much celebrity death. Looking at poor Nipsey Hussle and other brother just passed. I cannot get his dude name, and now John Singleton with them pulling the plug on his dude from him just having a stroke. And who knows? Personally, the family knows more than we do. But this just goes to show you, man, that nobody is promised tomorrow. You watching this, I can literally die, God forbid. The minute I finish uploading this video, tonight might be my night. So live your life to the fullest. Be very thankful. And for the most part, my biggest fear, and I'm going to share this with you guys because I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. And since I'm at, the small level, I can still be personal with y'all without being, like infiltrated by crazy people yet. My biggest fear, personally, as a man, as a black guy, is to die of a heart attack by myself, where nobody is around me to give me CPR. When I go jogging, I always go running where I'm somewhere public where somebody could see me on the ground and give me CPR. And looking at what happened with John Singleton, that's my biggest fear about his particular story or his situation, is that how many of your friends, I mean, you watching this, how many of your friends actually know CPR? How many of your friends know how to respond or give triage to somebody having a stroke? I had to and I had this issue with a lot of these churches and a lot of these organizations where we talk about feel good legislation and feel good policies, but none of us really talk about life saving and life altering and life changing policies that can make our lives better. In case one of your friends is on the ground, and I don't think you swallow your tongue when you're having I think that's a seizure. I know the stroke is when the stroke is one side of your brain freezes and you lose, movement on one side of your body. What hurts me about the John Singleton situation is that I'm not going to talk about the man's family because I do not know them, but they shouldn't have pulled that man off the plug. That was too fast. I'm sorry. There's a woman right now who just came out of a coma after being there for 8 years. I don't know if the family had money to afford that kind of care, but now she's walking around thankful that they didn't that they didn't unplug her. Also, it gave me some concern about the grandmother when the daughter kept saying, "It's my grandma that's out there putting that news out there that my daddy is dead already." I didn't, I'm not falling for that. So I don't know if the family wanted his money or if the mother is the beneficiary of John Singleton's estate, and I would really hope that's not the case. Because if that is, there's a special place in hell for somebody like that who thinks that way. Now, get back to what I was saying earlier. It's just that when I go out and give these talks to the playgrounds, to these kids in different neighborhoods, I always ask them, do y'all even know first aid, like basic first aid? Like, I mean, us, like in New Orleans, we live in a high hurricane prone area. It rains like a motherfucker out here in New Orleans. And I remember the news guy was asking, like the people in like the hood or the projects or whatever, saying, how many of you guys even have a flashlight, a basic radio, or just the necessity, like a basic first aid kit? Because if it floods or some kind of power outage happens and first responders can't get to y'all, how many of you guys actually have like a little bucket? They try to sell you a little bucket at Army Surplus with all these little bullshit pieces of stuff already in it, like gauze and band-aids and all, and peroxide, and nobody had it. Even during tax season, I told the guys, I say it's a good idea during tax season to buy you a little bucket. It's like a little $99 bucket, come with some cleaning supplies and first aid kit. Man, ain't nobody trying to buy that shit. But my heart goes out to this man's family. I really hope that they made the right decision. And my dad, what happened to him? My dad was a drug addict. When I was 21 years old, my dad had overdosed, and they found him in a apartment building. His dog was barking. You know how the drug addict dudes or like bums have like a little dog that followed him around. So my daddy's dog was following him around, and my daddy's dog was barking like some lassie shit, going trying to get attention. And it was like, damn, that's my daddy named Joe. They said Joe dog bugging, tripping out or whatever. So they went to go see, and the dog got help. As crazy as the shit sound, but by the time they got to him, he had been like overdosed, or you want to call it like he had been down for so long. Let's just say that. I don't know how passed out, choking or whatever. But by the time they got to him, he had lost so much oxygen in his brain from bubbling and saliva or whatever. They put him in a coma, and the woman told us, at the hospital, because your mother is divorced from your dad, and you are his first and oldest son. You are the next person in line to do like what they call not like a DNR, do not resuscitate. They were saying because he has no brain function in his brain. He has like no REM, no rapid eye movement. So, and the machines are the thing that's breathing for him. So we think that his brain stem is dead. He has like full brain damage. And I had to sign that sheet of paper, man. And I really don't think that any of us really, at 44 years old and 51 years old, John Singleton passed away. That is too fucking young, bruh. And at 44 years old, I have a will, but I don't have any instructions like some, a DNR. But I'm gonna look it up tonight. Now that this just happened, because it's too much death around here, man. That's making it abundantly clear to me that none of us is promised tomorrow. And I keep saying, black person, because obviously our health, with high blood pressure and hypertension and stuff like that, a lot of us do go through things. We are a lot more prone to stuff like strokes and aneurysms, high blood pressure and stuff like that. So I'm always on the edge, man. I really am. A friend of mine from high school, if I'm 44, she got to be 43 or 45. But Banky just died. Fine ass chocolate chick, Bianca Cornish. I seen her name on Facebook tonight, and my friend, she put on that OMG. I'm at a loss for words. I'm looking at this girl Facebook post. She was just now in Florida a couple of days ago for Easter weekend, and she just I think diabetes killed her, but she was fat and cheesy in high school, and she ended up being like this real sexy kind of model chick. And we was like, wow, man, she lost a lot of weight. She was really looking good for herself. And I don't know if whatever happened, that's not to talk shit about her, talk greasy about her, but she was a big old girl, and I was wondering why she was so skinny in all of her pictures as a grown woman. I don't know if she was in the gym working out, but as a grown woman, she was really, really small. So I just hope that that the daughter can come to peace with the grandma. I don't know what's going on with that family, and I really just hope that that people give them some time to grieve and let the family handle their business, and that he has a good memorial and Hollywood send-off. Anyway, guys, hit like, share, and subscribe. That's all I have to say about this situation. My heart is hurting just like the rest of y'all. I don't know what his new project was, but he was just working on something for for the Stars Network, and unfortunately, it's not gonna come to fruition. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Hit like, share, and subscribe, and I guess put your statements in the comment section.